Hello everyone, welcome to Learn Overflow. In this video, we'll be learning about various ways we can copy arrays in Java. Like copy an array to another array in Java. So there are multiple ways by which we can actually copy arrays, and we'll see those one by one. Also, we'll look into both the ways of doing so, like one using one-dimensional array and the other using two-dimensional array. So we'll see everything one by one for this, and there are like several techniques we can use to copy arrays in Java. So let's start this video. First method we have is like assignment operator. So in this assignment operator, what we do, assignment operator is, if you don't know, assignment operator is simply like equal to sign what we use in Java. So this is known as the assignment operator. So this is assignment operator. So what we do is assign our destination array. So we have one source array, that is the main array, and we want to copy this array into our destination array, like this array. Okay. So this is source array, the destination array, and what we want that this array should, like, if you try to print the elements of this array, then this particular element should be printed. That means this particular element should be copied into our destination. The first one we have is assignment operator. Just simply place an equal to and write the source array. Okay. So what happens with this method? It's like these elements are getting like copied, or whatever you can say. Like these elements are now can be accessed using this destination array. So let me try to print this. So I'll show you what I did here exactly. So this is just a for statement. This is looping from through the destination array. Like you can see, length I equal to 0 to destination dot length, and then printing each of the elements, right? So if I just here's something like destination. This is the destination array that is getting printed here for it. Okay. Now see, after that we got a while. Like if I just run this code once. Okay, so I need to pull this up once. Okay. So if I just run this array, then you can see that these are the elements we had over here. And this got printed. Okay, you may say that by the comma printed again. So since this is like the age elements are printed, so this printed. So this is kind of the like a modification of the printing statement, nothing more than that. Okay, so let's look at the main thing over here. This is the destination array we printed, and in this destination array, you can see like after this assignment, all these elements were like getting printed. But if I say without this assignment, okay, without this assignment, what would happen? If I just if I just try to print over here, like without this assignment, you will find that it will give us an error. Error being the error being, if you show like this destination array has not been initialized. So okay, like if we just try to initialize it, new in say 10 elements. So this is 10. So this now won't give us error, but this won't copy our this won't copy out for us, right? See, this is all x 0, like that's the initialization happen. So what we did over here, we simply pointed it to our source array. Okay, so now if we just try to run it, then we will see that the elements are like the same. But there is something that is similar, that when you are using this assignment operator, then the kind of copy we do, like the kind of copying of the elements from one array to another, is that this is a shallow copy. I'll tell you how. So there are like two type of copying methods of there. So number one, which is we call a shallow copy, and the other we have a deep copy. So what is the shallow copy? We'll see this one by one. So shallow copy is basically means if we change elements of this source array, then elements of the destination array are also changed. But also, if we change the elements of the say the elements of the destination array, okay, then the elements of the source array will also get changed. So this is the method how it is done. Okay, so how is it happens actually? So there's like a block of memory. There's a block of memory is there for our array in the memory, right? So this is the array. Okay, so this is the array we have, and out here this is like the source array. So this source array, the name is say pointing to this particular position. And when you say destination array is source array, so that means we say this is the D, a new name, and this should point to this source array. So if this should point to the source array, then that indirectly we're saying this should point to this particular array, like the block of memory itself. It's not a different block of memory that's being pointed. It is actually the same block of memory that's being pointed while we are using this particular assignment operator. Okay. Then let's try to understand this in like completely. Let's try to understand this. Okay. So now what happens? Say we just okay. Let me just do something. Let me just print both the arrays. You will find it helpful. Let me just print both the arrays. Okay. And over here, what I do is this is the source array, and here I will say this one source array dot length, and I will just change this through. So what I did, we just look here before, like what I tried to do here, we'll find that this is a source array, and that's got printed, and then the destination array that's got printed. We find both in the same. Okay. Now after like these things are printed for us, now what I change over here? Let's say we say source source array of say the position and position 3 will be 100. Okay, like maybe 10,000, some bigger values. Okay, now I change the value at position 3. So what happens? That makes sense that this particular position, okay, that 0, 1, 2, 3, that is position 3, that is which is like 8 beforehand, this should get changed to what? This should get changed to our like 10,000, the value we given here. Okay, then this should be the case. Now let's try to like run this, and you will see like what happens exactly. See, it got changed in both the cases. It's not like the only with the stuff it got changed. Okay, it got changed at both the arrays. That basically means this is a shallow copy of our array. This is not a deep copy. If it was a deep copy, then it wouldn't have like changes in one array shouldn't make change in other array. But shallow copy is like changes in one array makes our changes in the other array itself. Okay, so this is the thing we have over here. You can read more about the shallow copy and deep copy over the internet, and probably no, I will probably not make a video out of it, but you can read about this. So this is like the complete concept of a shallow copy and deep copy. Now this is the first method we have for copying an array, but remember this assignment operator that we use over here is the shallow copy. Now let's move into the second way for doing so. So as always, I just took an predefined code of like a source array being this, and this is our destination array where we actually want our code to be copied. Now the best way, which personally I use the most, is this way, using a loop. How will you do that? See, we have an array and we have another array which we want to like copy the elements. So this is the way we will do so. How? This new array is equal to new. So we'll just initialize our destination array where we want to copy the elements. So new int, and this will be like there are 10 elements. So we want this 10 elements to be copied. So that's how we have. Okay. Now for the copying this, we'll simply now copy the elements. What we literally mean by copying. Okay. So what we'll do over here is like we ran a loop from 0 till source array.length, like running a loop through all the elements. And what we'll do is we will simply copy one by one. That is destination array of I, okay, equal to will be source array of I. Fine. So what we did, we copied each element one by one into our destination array. And after that, we need to print our array. Right? It should be like arrays the toString, and within that we should provide destination. Yeah, so this should be the proper way. So see, arrays is giving you an error, right? It's like if some kind of error is there, should just place import arrays into our loop and then like into a program and then run it. So it will give us the proper array in like toString format. So I just said something wrong in this in like last 2 3 next. So it's like it's from the arrays method. Like if you use from the array one, it will be a hash code of the particular array. Now we got our arrays to toString, and here all the elements have got printed. So this is actually a order of frames different which runs in this format. Like yeah, we can look into this later, but okay. See, like, this is the basic one we have. Okay, and after that, say we copy the element, and after that, if our source array, say source array of we have a position like 4, and we want to make it minus 99. Okay, so even if we do this, our original array won't, like the copied array won't get changed. Like the destination array won't be changed. Like we saw in the previous case, our destination array was getting changed. But if we do this kind of stuff while copying each element, then see this is a deep copy. So that means if I just print this, this is arrays dot toString, and within that we just print the stuff we have. Okay, so we just try to run this. Now we'll simply see that the value in the original array got changed, but the value in the destination array is still the same. So this is a deep copy. It is not a shallow copy. Okay, so we need to remember this thing. There's a difference also in this case. So this is a deep copy. So you can see this is the way we actually copied our method. Okay, moving to the next one. All right, here we are with like the next way of copying our array from source to the destination. So this way, what we call is like array copy method. So there's an array copy method which we'll use over here. Okay, so this method is this is provided within our system class. We'll look into it more details. Okay, so see how this actually works. This is like we have a source array, we have destination array, and we need to initialize a destination array with something like this. What we did earlier. Okay, so we need to initialize this. Then we have a method called the system.arrayCopy. Okay, system.arrayCopy is a method we have, and then out over here, like okay, let me just type this because see array copy is a method we have over here, and when we type this, it just gives us a like the autofill is there, but doesn't matter, we can still work on it. So this is the first is in the source one, like the source array. The next thing is the source start position. Okay, like from which position we want to copy, and then there's a destination array, and there is a destination position from which we want to start testing the array, and this is the length of the array we want to like copy. Like I give all 0, but all 0 shouldn't be the case. So if we give an all 0, what will happen? If we give an all 0, then we arrays dot toString, and within that we just give a say destination array. See, if I just do this should be a copying nothing actually. Why I will tell you this. Yeah, see here. See over here, this is actually like copied nothing. The main reason being we copied 0 elements. So this is the length of the array that we want to copy. So we need to give here 10. So this is there are 10 elements, so we need to give here 10 and see like the whole array will be copied now, right? That's the exactly whole array got copied. Now, one we can use. Now, let me go in deeper into this. See, if we have an array copy, system array copy, so you can actually read about it more. How we just control click on that array copy, your IDE will help you to just origin declaration. Okay. Now, this is the function declaration we have within our system class. Okay. So if I just go at top, you can see this is within our system class. All right. So we'll move down. Let's see where this is this. But yeah, this is the array copy one. Now, here you can actually learn into this how this can be done. Okay, so this is the source object, and this is the source position we have. Then destination object, like the copy one, and then destination position, and then the length. So if you just read about this, that will be on top of that. This is the source of the source array, and this is the starting position of the source array. This is the destination array, and this is the starting position of the destination array. And then the number of elements that to be copied. This is the last one, the length. Initially, you remember we gave a length of 0, so it copied nothing. Now, there are like multiple rules that are being followed while copying this. So if you just read into this, you can actually find out all the rules that they use to just copy the elements. Okay. When will they post an null pointer exception? When will there is array store exception? And there can be an index out of bounds exception as well while using this. So what are the conditions that they use for doing so are being described on top of that. So you can read about the documentations on just control click on that array copy, like control and then click. Press control click, so it will just open up that place. All right, so this is the we do. So now you can be wondering, we may not be copying like the whole thing. Say we want 5 elements, and the starting position should be say 3. Okay, so we'll copy 5 elements from the 0th position of source index, and the destination array from the 3rd position. The starting this is 3. That is this position. That should be printed. So if it does sound like something like that, that's also a valid case. See, that's also a valid case. So you can see these are the 5 elements that were in the starting position of now our source array. So those got copied. This way it actually works for us. Also, if you just try to change the source, see, source array say 4 is minus 99. Okay, so if you just try to change the source, say there isn't any change in the destination array. So this is also a deep copy that you are using over here. So this is a deep copy as well. So that's the if I'm not wrong, that's the 3rd method, I guess, where we learn how to copy an array. And then let's move on to the next method. All right, so here we will look at the 4th method of copying an array. As well, we have our source array over here, and we have our destination array. Now, what we'll do, we will use an method called copyOfRange. So, in the last one, you saw that there's like arrays as a class is there, and within that toString method was there that helps us to print the whole array in a much better way, right? So here we have our we'll use a function of that arrays class as well. So what we'll use arrays dot arrays won't work. The reason being when we import this arrays dot we will do a copyOfRange. So there's a function called copyOfRange. So here, while doing a copyOfRange, you need to make sure that we are copying from the source array. Then we are giving the from location and then to location. To location will be 10 or whatever will be. We'll just look into it one by one. Okay. So we won't give a to location like this 10. We will rather give source array dot length. So that will be like the whole source array. We want to copy the whole array, right? So that will be the one helping us with that. So we'll look into the copy range and how it works in a moment. But let's print this and see how this works. Okay. So here we'll again use arrays dot the one we have arrays dot toString. And within that we'll put our destination array. Okay. We'll have a destination array. That's how we just like run this and see how this. Just a moment. Okay. So this actually gave us the array we have. Now, after this is done, if you just try to do some array of say 4 again is equal to minus 99. Okay. So if you just try to print something like that and then run it, there will be no changes over here, right? There's no minus 99 over here. But if you just print this out, and then there's like arrays dot thing and we like source array. If you just get something like that, then you will find that the main array has changed, but not the destination array. So this is the way it works. Okay. So this is again a deep copy of our array. Now let's look into this copyOfRange and see how this works. See, this is the copyOfRange. It takes the original array, it takes the from location and the to location, like the length, how much it should like it should actually copy. Then it like returns as a complete array. Okay. See how it happens. It just takes a new length, that is a 2 minus from, and then it creates a new array that is like copy named copy, and then this is returning having the new length. Okay. So having a new length, and then it internally uses this array copy method. Look here, it internally uses this array copy method. We just saw step back, and then it defines, like, it uses that method, and then it gives us the final answer, like depending on that method. Okay, so it internally, you can see that it internally uses our array copy method from the system. Now that's how it actually works. Also, one more small thing. If you just want to know like what are its precautions and how it happens, and all these things, everything is written over here. Like it may throw an array out of bounds exception, an illegal exception, argument exception, and a non-point exception. Like when it throws what, it is actually defined over here. You can find out how this particular method works and what it's about it. Okay, that's the way. That's the fourth way we use for using our array copy, like using the copy of range. All right, so that's the copy of range method we have for it. Now let's move into the fifth and the last way of copying an array, that is the clone function. Okay, we'll look at it. So here we are into this cloning. Okay, here we are into this cloning, and over here we'll see how this clone method, with the help of clone method, we can copy our array. So for that, we will use like similar approach. We have a source array over here. We have a destination array. We just want to copy from source to the destination array. Okay. Now for that, we'll simply say destination array is equal to source array dot clone. Say source array dot clone. It works for us. Now we did that. As always, we'll say we'll have like and we'll print destination array. Okay, that's how we want to work on this. Now if we just print on, look here, and this is the array got printed. Now we also want to print over here the original array. Okay, original array to I want to show you something about that. Just a moment. I got rid of all this. Okay, so we got our source array printed, we got our destination array printed. What we want to do, we want to just change our element to this one element of our source array to some different value. Okay, so if we simply run this, see what happens over here. This will be another deep copy. Okay, so it copies deeply. Now you will have a question like, where is this clone method from? Was it like simply writing this, giving us a shallow copy? Yes, if we don't write a clone over here, it will give us a shallow copy of our array. But when you say this source array dot clone, it will give us a deep copy into this. We can look into this clone method actually. So if you just look at this clone method, you can find out this method is part of our objects class. This is the object class. This class is like the parent of all classes we have in Java. This is the root of the class hierarchy. Like whatever class you're creating is like object is the root class of it. So since this is the root, it got like the clone being the normally within. Okay, so how it works? Clone is like, it says that x dot clone is not equal to x. Okay, and it also says like x dot clone dot get class is x dot clone, like x dot get class. So these are true. So this is the way it actually works, and it says x dot clone dot equals x is also true. So this is the way it actually works. You can see you just saw like two arrays are actually different. Okay, so if we, as I say, if we just try to print over here that over here say source array double equal to destination print this, let's say it gives us a true or false. It gives us a false to find that there's a different value. So if we say source array dot get class, get class will give us a class. The class is what? Class is the particular class we have, that is the array class. Okay, so just a second, this will be true. See, right? And if we simply print this one, source array dot get see, this is the class. And if you just want to print, say, want to print destination array dot get class. So in that you will find that both the classes are actually the same classes, right? Say this one is the class, this one is the class, and both are the same classes we have over here. Okay. So that's why that's how it's written. That's why it's written like get class will be the same, but this clone method won't be the same method. So that's a deep copy. That's what it means over here. Right. So we looked at all the methods or all the 5 ways that through which we can actually clone rather copy our array from one array name to another array. So we saw that except the normal assignment operator, everything we have is a deep copy, but assignment operator is rather a shallow copy. All right. So we understand how all this works and how this actually works. And to be asked, what about 2D array? What about 2D array? 2D array is actually, if you just look into the 2D array structure carefully, you will find 2D array is nothing but rather it's just an array of like multiple arrays being stored together. How is stored? Right, like see, this is the array being started, okay, and within that we'll find another array. We'll say 1, 2, and something like that, right? Just ignore the handwriting, and then we'll write like 3, and we'll write 4. Okay, so this is the way we works over here, and then we'll close it. So this is the 2D array. So that is basically similar array in each format. So to run everything we saw over here can be done on a 2D array, but just then you need to be in a nested loop. Like you need to be within a loop, like you need to work on each of the singular array individually to just have a final result as a 2D array. So you will have like whatever like single array, like 1D array operations we did, we will be doing those 1D array operations, but over a loop, right? For first for this 1D array, then for this 1D array. Okay, so this is the way we will do in the 2D array. It's like just a loop and the same thing will be doing. So that's the 2D array format we have for you. So that's all for today's video. Thank you all for watching this video. Make sure you just like the video and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. More videos are on the line and they will be you will getting them soon on the line. Thank you all for watching this video. Thank you.